Welcome back into our 2026 football preview interviews. Michael Justice from Franklinton High School is back with us. Nice season for Franklinton last year. They finished 8-4 overall. They bring back a lot of pieces, especially on that offense. So we're excited to talk to Coach Justice today. The guys, I have to tell you, this year these videos are brought to you by Talk It Out NC. Talk It Out NC's mission is to reduce underage drinking by fostering open, honest, and ongoing conversations between adults and young people. Just like winning a big game, preventing underage drinking takes teamwork. Parents and teens to visit talkitoutnc.org. Resources to start the conversation at the risks of underage drinking. Well, Coach Justice, 8-4 season last year. Obviously, you go to the second round of the playoffs. You lost to Williams on the road. That's a pretty good team. The thing with this team is, I think, even though last year was so good, I think there's still some meat on the bone here. I know there was at least one close loss to Heritage in that season. But what's been the overall kind of message and just kind of feeling in the off season? And can you feel something like palpable in terms of confidence this offseason?
Well, Joel, first of all, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate everything that you and your staff do for not only football, but high school athletes in general, especially here in the state of North Carolina. So thank you for that. As far as, the mantra for this season, man, it's kind of simple, man. It's get better every day. I've been telling this group probably a little bit too much how much talent they have. We have a very talented group this year, very athletic group this year. And we are in the process of falling in love with the process of being great. And so that's kind of the mantra that the coaching staff here has been telling these guys is, and I think you just said it, man, we have some meat left on the bone. We thought that last year we could have gone a little bit deeper. And so we feel real strong again this year. We feel like we're returning a lot of guys, especially offensively. And then we got a lot of guys defensively that have stepped up and have had a really good offseason. And so we feel strong. We feel excited. And like I said, it's a group that's starting to come together, and they're hanging out together outside of football. They're eating together. The group chats are starting up. So it's a lot of fun to see these guys kind of work for a common goal. And we're dreaming big, man. And we want to make some noise this year.
Well, there's 23 seniors in this team, so that's a good starting point. Offense is 8 starters back. I think, we'll start with the one spot. I guess it's going to be the question is the quarterback. He had a pretty good quarterback last year in Keith James. He's graduated now. So tell me about what's going on in quarterback, then we'll get into the rest of the offense, because the rest of the offense is going to be a lot of familiar names.
100%. Yeah. So Keith was our guy last year. He broke the school record here at Franklinton, threw for 2,000 plus yards, had a tremendous success. But we are very excited about what we have coming to us this year. We kind of have an open competition going on between really 2 guys. There's a third guy that's putting his name out there too. One kid, Sterling Chiari from our JV junior varsity team. He's done a really good job of doing everything we've asked him to do in the weight room, and has gotten a lot of skill sets kind of sharpened up, and he looks really good too. However, we got the transfer kid from Bunn that moved over here, Josiah Rice. And he has been excellent since he arrived here in the spring. He's done a good job in the leadership role. He's got a lot of respect from the guys, and he's just really kind of stepped over here at Franklinton and has done everything we've asked him to do. And then the other guy is Nick Garbusian, who was essentially served as our backup last year. A very serviceable kid. Hard worker. He's working his butt off too. So really, man, we've been giving these guys equal opportunity in 7-on-7, and the intention is to let them both play, or at least like I said, the 2 main ones play it out and compete. And we won't name a starter until sometime late in August. Before we kind of get ready to roll. However, it's an exciting situation because both the guys are competing. And they both have their own kind of different kind of skill sets, which should, help us out a lot this year.
I will say to our audience, Josiah Rice would have been one of the top, the stat guys in 4A. If he had gone back to Bunn, his numbers last year were pretty good for a 4A quarterback.
Yeah, we're excited about him, man. He's he throws a really good ball, and he can move around in the pocket, and he's got really good pocket presence. And he keeps his eyes downfield and makes plays for us. And I love Keith to death, but that's something that last year we didn't really have. So he's got a skill set that we're excited about.
Makes sense. Well, we'll go over to the receivers here because there's so many receivers back and tight ends back. I think the conversation probably starts with Jamal Epps, who had a 1,000-yard season last year and 10 touchdowns. But he's some other guys too who are also pretty productive. I'll just kind of give you the floor and all your receivers.
Yeah, man. That is we are stacked at the receiving spot. Most of those guys, they were qualifiers for that 4x1, 4x2 state track team this year, and so they're athletes, man. We have about 4 of them we can plug in there, and you wouldn't know the difference, to be honest with you. But starts with Jamal Epps for sure. Jamal is he's Mr. Everything, man. He does everything we ask him to do. He helps us out offensively, defensively, on special teams. He's going to be our daggone punter this year. So he's gonna help us out a lot. He's gonna be on the field. Amani Blacknell, that boy right there is a stud. I think he had 750 receiving yards last year, somewhere along those lines. And the boy is an athlete. He's probably the best athlete that we have out here at Franklinton. He's vertical is extreme. He set the record as a sophomore for the deadlift here at Franklinton. So he's a strong kid, dedicated kid. And he's poised for a big, huge year this year. So between Jamal Epps and Amani Blacknell, that's probably going to be our drivers on the receiving corps. However, we've got other guys as well. Kenyon Sanford and Jamal Jones. Kenyon Sanford and Jamal Jones both step in and help us out tremendously and give us what we need and give some relief to guys like Epps and Amani. Jamal is tall. He's 6'4". He's going to be our height there. Give us a guy to throw high balls up to, give a chance to come down with them. But the other guys are fast, quick, short-handed, and like I said, I would be remiss not to mention even a few more of them. I mean, Derek Alexander has been working his tail off as well. He looks like he's getting ready to have a good season as well. Isaac Flowers, and then we had a transfer, Sion Furlow, from Wake Prep as well. So we're very excited what we have at the receiver position. Running back, we've got, I've got 2 guys coming back out of the 4 that we had last year, and really
they were the top 2 guys.
Exactly, really, it's 2 of our better guys. Hands down, they were the 2 best ones from last year, and so really, I think that we are going to be able to trim that share load a little bit down to just those 2 guys, and I think that actually will benefit us as well on the offensive standpoint. So that's what we're looking like for as far as skill positions.
Well, let's talk about the
running backs. I'm sorry. So those 2 running backs were Cam Simon and Elijah Durham. I mean, right now they're both competing. I don't know who's going to end up being the starter between those guys, but they're both going to get carries. They're both guys that we feel strongly about. We feel like they could both potentially, get between 700 and 1,200 rushing yards this season.
Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible, especially if that high flying passing attack gets you some leads there. You might need those guys to finish out some games, right?
Yes,
well, kind of speaking of that running game, well, tell me about the offensive line. I know there's definitely some stars back in that group as well.
Yes, sir. So we've got 3 guys coming back, and really a 4th one that got a lot of playing time last year. The 3 guys starts with our center, Oscar Riggle. Oscar he's doing a really good job. He's a little bit undersized at 5'11", probably about 255 is probably his weight. But the kid he's a stud. He's there's been a lot of articles written on for him here in the last few weeks about his ability to make plays and to win one-on-ones despite his size. He's very, very intelligent. He just showed me today, he was showing me his AP results. He took 5 AP exams and got level 5s on every single one of them.
Wow.
The kid is extremely smart, and he's hungry. He's very hungry. He's taken the offensive line. He's taken them and became a true leader to that group, and it's going to show. Dakota Evans and Aiden Lynch are the other 2 returners that we have. Dakota will be a rising senior as well. He's looking really, really good. He's picking up a lot of interest from some schools, some D2 schools, and even a couple D1 schools here at NC State and at ECU's camp. So we've looked really good there, the offensive line spot. And then the Aiden Lynch kid, he'll be a junior. He has a lot of experience in that role. He started every single game for us last year, and so we look forward to growing that offensive line. And then Giovanni Mazariegos, he's a big kid. He played. We had him in special packages last year. He's probably 6'4", probably about 320 right now. Just a big guy, but can really move really well. So he'll step in and he'll play some offensive line for us. And then we've got 3 guys right now that are competing for that 5th spot. Two of them would be sophomores, and then one would be a junior. So ideally, that junior wins the role and takes that spot, and we can let those other two guys play some JV. But we'll see how it happens. Those three guys are really hungry, and they all want to play varsity ball. So we'll see how that goes. It's a good situation to be in.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, it is, and and this is I'll tell you, man, this offensively and just all together, the team is very talented. I've been here since around 2018, and this is by far the most talent that we have on this football team.
Wow, that's saying something. That's good to hear. Well, we can flip it over to defense if you're ready to go to that side of the ball. I know defense doesn't have as many starters back, but there are 4, which is pretty good. Obviously, the best player in that defense from last year graduated, Walter Royster. He was an outstanding linebacker for you. Just kind of give me the general rundown of the defense and what kind of how things are looking like, and if there's any kind of leaders that have emerged in his place.
Yeah, man, we've had that's definitely the question mark for us, right? Is replacing that front 7 in particular from the defensive side of the ball. We lost. You mentioned him. Walter Royster is irreplaceable. We're not going to be able to replace that guy with one person. However, we've got guys that have stepped up and understand that we need them to bring it. And so guys like Nick Garbugian, who you may have heard me mention him as being our backup quarterback. He's actually an inside linebacker. So he's really relished into that role of coming downhill and want to attack and be aggressive. And he's done a really good job with that. Ethan Paramore played some safety for us. We're going to end up moving him down to the linebacker spot as well. He put on a lot of muscle this offseason. So I think between those two guys, Ethan and Nick, I think that's how we're going to try to manage there at the linebacker spot. We also lost John Manson, who is also was also a really good player as well. That's going to be difficult for us to replace. So the way that I make it make sense in my mind, Joel, is that this defense is not going to be as big in size and as strong. However, we're going to be fast and athletic, and if we can tackle well, we can make some noise. But we got to be able to tackle well. That's going to be the difference maker for sure for us. On the defensive line, we are returning an all-conference defensive lineman in Ja'Kai Butler. He's an undersized, quick interior defensive lineman that gives centers and guards some messes and some troubles. But he's not the biggest guy. He tackles well, and he's difficult to block one-on-one. And then we've got guys that coming up from JV that we really need to make an impact right away. Michael Agbana he's a triplet, so he's coming up here, and he'll be a sophomore. He had a really good year in JV for us last year, and he prototypical. His body size is more of a defensive end type, but he loves playing inside, and so we've been teaching him a few things there. Also schematically, we're going to be a multiple front team this year. So we're going to jump into some 4-man front, and then we're going to show the 3-man front as well. And we're going to be aggressive. We're going to blitz a lot more this year, just to take advantage of our speed and to help out our defensive line a little bit and some of our linebackers. So the idea is to fly around and be aggressive and get creative with our blitz packages to help out some with the loss of what we got to replace here on defense. However, that back end, man, I'll tell you what now, that back end is going to be top notch. I mean, it's fun to watch. Those guys were returning to both corners are coming back, experienced and ready to go in Jabril Gaskin and Ramar Hunt. So both of those guys will be back and helping us out. We got a transfer. Well, he transferred from Southeast Raleigh and Xavier Allen. He's back home with us here at Franklinton, and he's going to step in and play a big, huge role for us. He's a great technical athlete. His technique is top notch, and he's going to be a name that colleges and other teams are going to be remembering for sure with him. And then we've got Colby Kearney. Colby Kearney, actually, he's played. So he played when I was the JV head coach here. He played D-line for me. Then he played linebacker, and he played safety. So he's played everywhere on that defensive spot in the defense for us. He's going to settle into a safety for his senior year, and he's poised for a huge year. His name is Colby Kearney. Look out for names for his name as well. And I think that takes care of it. I'm sorry. And there's one more guy I definitely got to mention for sure. This kid is going to be another safety for us. How things shake out, I'm not quite sure yet how that's going to work. But Amari Williams has been a true defensive leader for us. He's another one that's been kind of all over the place for us. We've had him at quarterback, receiver, running back, and just anywhere we've asked him to play and anything we've asked him to do, he's just relished in that role and has done a really good job. So we're ecstatic about his play this offseason, and he's done a really good job being a leader for that defense.
Outstanding. Well, we're going to go over to special teams now. I know I think Walter was your punter, if I remember correctly, but you do have some other guys back in terms of your kicker, kickoff guy, and Diva long snapper back as well. Just kind of give me the whole rundown of specialists.
So I think when I answered that question there, my intention was for Jamal Epps to be our long snapper because he was a long snapper as well. However, I was talking to I got some head coaches that I really respect and can pick their brain at any point. And so I was talking to Battle Holly from East Duplin, and he's helping us get into this rugby punt style. And he saw Jamal Epps do the rugby style punt, and I think that's what we're going to end up transitioning to. And so it really opens up a lot of stuff for us, putting that athlete back there. So I think that's what we're going to do. As far as our kicker, we had Adele Battle last year handle extra points for us. She was, I think, 22 for 26 or something along those lines. Had a really strong season, and she has actually she'll be a junior next year, and she has been in the weight room with us. She's handled all the off-season kicking with us, and her range has increased a lot. So she was already accurate, and now we got her range ready. I'm actually excited to have her out there. We also got a kid now, a soccer player, Thomas Edwards, has been working hard too. He's been here every single day. He's been in the weight room with us, and he came to FCA camp with us and kicked for us there, and did all right as well. So we got two guys, a guy and a girl that'll hopefully help us out there for the kicking.
Yeah, Adele made, I think, 80% of her point after attempts last year as a sophomore. It's pretty good. So excited to see what she does this year as a junior. Any changes to the staff this year?
So yeah, I got a few changes to the staff this year. We have, Coach Stinson, Darren Stinson is assistant head coach, and he's running our defense still. Seasoned veteran guy, one of my really good friends, so that I really look up to for guidance and stuff like that. So he'll be joining back for us, calling the defense. Jermaine Clark will be stepping into the second year as offensive coordinator. We're very excited about him coming back and the work he was able to put in for us last season. And we've made a few changes this year, and we're looking to take that offense even higher this year. We did lose Josh Speaks, a really good offensive line coach. Our offensive line coach went over to Wake Forest to coach over there, and so to replace him, we're bringing in Coach Van Nett, Dave Van Nett. He's got a lot of experience, coached at a lot of different levels in the area and outside of this area, and so we're excited about bringing him on to help us with the run game and to help us with the offensive line. So he'll be joining us. And then as far as some role guys, we've got Coach Brian Daniels. He was at South Granville. He's been at South Granville. He's also been around some JV programs. He's going to be coaching our linebackers this year along with Coach Smith. So we're excited to have him coming back. Xavier Smith was a Southern Nash graduate. Went on to play at St. Andrews. He's coming on and joining us, and he'll be coaching our running backs. So I'm excited to have him coach our running backs. And then we have, I'll be remiss again without mentioning a few guys, Jason Evans and Donnie Ray. Both these guys will be head coaches one day in high school football. And just to have those guys and that expertise around me to be able to pick their brains it goes a long way. So I'm very excited about the staff that we've built here as well. Coach Goldsmith, Jaden Goldsmith, has been top notch. He's a younger guy. Played at Southeast Raleigh, and then Coach Campbell has really glowing reviews for him. And he sort of stepped in at the later half of the year last year, and then is stepping on and being our full-time defensive back coach this year. He's done a really good job with the guys. And then our receivers coach is going to be Coach AJ Dilworth. AJ Dilworth actually played for me graduated 2019 or 2020. And he's a really good receiver as well. So we're excited to have him helping our receivers out. So that shapes up our staff.
Awesome. Well, schedule-wise, obviously you play in the Northern Six, 6A, 7A, where with Wake Forest, Vance County, East Wake, Heritage, and Knightdale. In non-conference, you play Person, then some local teams as well. You play Bunn in Lewisburg and South Greenville's in there as well. Then you get a larger school in Riverside at home in week 5. Just overall, kind of thoughts on the schedule this year and where you kind of expecting to have all these teams you're playing.
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, I know that every single one of these teams on the schedule is going to be better than they were last year. Top to bottom, every team we feel like has improved on the schedule. So we're approaching it with that mindset of understanding. Hey, like we may beat these teams last year, but you got to understand they're going to be more coached. They got more athletes. They got more experience. They're going to be better than they were last year. And that starts right away with Person County. We know Person County has got some athletes coming back. And I know Coach has done a really good job out there with them. So I know they're going to be a lot better as well. Same with Bunn. I know Bunn's going to be better. I know there's going to be some extra with Josiah coming over here, so I understand that as well. And so that's going to be a tough team for sure to beat. With a lot of coaching changes too. So South Granville, I don't know really what to expect as far as their new coach there. However, I know that just that area and that region, and they love football there, man. And I know I know that they got somebody in there that is going to do a good job and that really cares. And so I'm excited to see those guys. Lewisburg, man, we got to get that lick back on Lewisburg, man. They got us last year, and Coach Lasser does a tremendous job. I got nothing but respect for that program and for him, he and his staff. But he knows I got that one circled. He knows I got that one circled. Yes, sir. Riverside Durham, Coach Lee's going to have them boys ready to roll. I know they got some guys in there too. I don't think they had any seniors last year at all. Maybe they had a handful. So I know that they got a lot of guys and a lot of experience coming back. And that takes care of non-conference. And then getting into conference, this is a tough conference. I know you know that. This is there's no easy games at all in this conference. Knightdale, I know they lost Coach Ward. I was talking to him. I don't really know what to expect too much from them. But I know that they have athletes there, and from my understanding, the coach that they've hired is a really good guy and is excited to be there, and the community seems excited for him to be there as well. So I'm excited for him to have an opportunity to coach. And then Heritage, that's another game that we lost by 3 points. That was a big one. That one stung. We felt like there was some meat on the bone on that one. We felt like we should have taken care of that game right there. So that was another one that we feel strong about getting. That one circled on our calendar as well, as trying to get that game back. And then we got East Wake. East Wake, that's going to be a good game as well. They got some new athletes over there, and then some new coaches as well. So I know that's going to be a barn burner for sure. And then this conference, it goes through Wake Forest. Okay, I think everybody knows that. However, we feel I like that. I'm excited about the opportunity to go coach against Coach Lucas again. I told him he can't go nowhere until I get a chance to beat him. So he got to stick around for a few more years, man. But we're excited. So we're excited to get a chance to go over to Wake Forest and play those guys. It's just it's what we preach to these kids. Sorry, it's what I talk to these kids about, man. I want these kids to understand that Wake Forest is still just a team that can be beat. And if we work hard and we play to the best of our ability, then it's a team that we can take care of. And so that's a game that we're going to be ready for. We're going to be ready for as well. And then Vance County, Vance County will be. I know they got a new defensive coordinator, a new offensive coordinator over there. Right. They're going to be smash mouth, I believe. I think they're going to try to come downhill at us, which really does not play well into our strengths, to be quite honest with you. So that's something that we've kind of been building towards, is how when we get to Wake Forest and Vance County, teams are going to want to run right at us. How we're going to be able to handle it, and so that's going to be a fun, challenging experience as well.
Awesome, Coach. I'm really excited to see the team this year. I think there's obviously a lot of athletes, a lot of teams with very experience from the team here last year. Looking for the team Franklinton shortly here. Coach Justice, I appreciate it, and best of luck to you rest of the summer here, and of course, best of luck this season.
Thank you, Joel. And again, thank you guys, you and your staff, for everything you guys do, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.